Words cannot describe the utter rage and disgust I felt for the Lilo and Stitch live-action remake. I'm actually surprised that they've had actual guts of mentioning Ohana in this movie, because they completely butchered what it means. There's no genuine love, care, and nourishment between Nani and Lilo. All tender moments they were supposed to have felt forced and artificial, or maybe that was just Nani's actress' terrible acting. This remake makes it look like Nani is taking care of Lilo because she has to, according to Hawaiian traditions.
It's my kuleana to take care of you.
Like Lilo is a burden Nani must bear because taking care of Lilo was an obligation imposed to her by society instead of taking care of her out of love. And Lilo and Nani being together feels actually more like Nani being stuck with her instead of wishing to be together with her little sister.
Nobody gets left behind.
It's also your kuleana to make sure you don't leave yourself behind.
Lilo being a burden to Nani gets even more notorious with this whole going to college thing. I actually knew about that way before going to watch this movie once the spoilers of the massive retcons and character assassinations of this film leaked. Even if I weren't to know about that, my review instincts would be activated the moment those college papers appear in the movie. Meaning, in other words, Lilo is dragging Nani down by making her dedicate her life to taking care of Lilo, who is merely 6 years old, instead of devoting her life to the career of her dreams. Because I guess women can't dream of other stuff because there's nothing more transcending, fulfilling, and important to women than having jobs and high-positioned careers. In this movie, taking care of Lilo and going to college are mutually exclusive things. Even though the people who made this movie are so freaking dumb, they didn't even know that the basic courses of marine biology are in Hawaii anyway. So Nani willingly chooses to let go of Lilo to go to study an American style, which is the complete opposite of who Nani was in the original movie and how much Lilo meant to her.
Please, don't do this.
You know I have no choice.
No! You're not taking her! I'm the only one who understands her. You take that away, she won't stand a chance!
You're making this harder than it needs to be.
She don't know what you're doing! She needs me!
So Ohana doesn't mean nobody gets left behind or forgotten, as Lilo does indeed get left behind. And also given that going to college is shown being more important to Nani than Nani's original goal in the animated movie, which was to be together with the sole family member she has. In fact, Nani lets go of Lilo twice in this remake. Obviously, this movie tries to minimize this complete butchering of Ohana's meaning by making Lilo live with the old lady and David, and also with the whole Poro stuff and Lilo being like, yeah, actually mom and dad would have wanted you to leave me to go to college instead of being stuck with me. Like, she's not being taken to a random foster care, she's with family. Bruh, Nani was her family. The whole point of the original movie is Nani doing everything within her reach to be with Lilo against all odds, because Lilo is the most important thing to Nani. To try to get their lives together so they won't be separated, because that is the entire point. Nani wants to be with Lilo.
You don't know what you're doing! She needs me!
Is this what she needs? It seems clear to me that you need her a lot more than she needs you.
And it hurts her to see Lilo being taken away by strangers, but none of this love and care is present in this movie. It's insane how this movie lacks heart. We never get to see Nani's efforts being rewarded by not only being with Lilo, but seeing her family grow big. What starts off as just Nani and Lilo being two lonely orphan sisters ends up as one big family where everyone is happy and together. But none of that exists in this remake. Jumba is turned into an actual villain, so his character development and redemption by doing something actual noble instead of just evil stuff is literally non-existent. Agent Cobra Bubbles gets replaced by a random social assistant lady, so we never get to see how he comes from an antagonist to actually a hero. The mosquito thing is just sort of there with Bleakley babbling about it, so when it was actually Cobra Bubbles who saved Earth by using mosquitoes as a reason for aliens not to destroy the planet. There's no Nani and David being into each other. Even though Nani is sad to have a thing for him by Lilo, the acting actually shows her being completely disinterested in him. And also he's the most sauceless male character ever since Mina Masood's Aladdin. There's no ugly duckling analogy. Tons of emotional scenes and dialogues were either portrayed in a shallow way or were simply absent from the movie. One huge example of that being the song scene with Nani and Lilo. All the sadness and grief Nani expressed through that song were shown in such a downgraded version in this live-action film, and I dare say if anyone felt anything during that scene, is because they had seen the original scene before and remembered it, because I highly doubt Nani's actress' poor acting and the awful chemistry between Nani and Lilo in this remake could make the audience feel anything on its own. Captain Gontiel doesn't exist anymore, hence why Jumba is the villain, and of course, the old lady must praise Nani as this intelligent, clever, and brilliant woman whose life is dragging her potential down, because we had never seen this before.
What on earth are you doing? Teaching another girl to read? Isn't one enough?
Not that I don't want to marry, it's just...
You want to be a sultan, but why?
Her destiny would be to lead.
Leave the walls behind me. Time to lead and not be led.
The acting was horrible and the movie has this weird yellowish filter. But none of that is worse than the total lack of understanding of what made the original movie so great. Obviously, little kids will go all about Stitch, but what made this movie be fondly remembered for over 20 years is not Stitch being funny or disgusting or cute. It was the heartwarming family message of being with your loved ones and good and peace finally prevailing over all past ordeals. But somehow, modern Disney directors and screenwriters can't understand that kind of universal language that is selfless love, and that a happy ending feels more endearing and rewarding than career success. It's all about being empowered, strong, and independent without being dragged down by anyone or anything, and it sucks, because Nani was all about selfless and genuine love for her sister. This is something everyone can admire and hold close to their hearts. Plus, it's always the same thing, where kindness and sweetness are swapped for empowerment. Sacrifice for the sake of something greater is replaced by self-entitlement. And in this movie's case, family is substituted for a career. I would like to conclude this video by advising parents, if there's any watching this video, that there's no need to bring your kids to watch Disney remakes. You can always make them watch the original ones, where your kids will find great themes and messages being beautifully conveyed through amazing characters and fantastic animation. And to those who keep consuming those remakes brain dead people, all I have to say is...